Imagine waking up with this large amount of money at your disposal. I know it's unlikely, but it could happen. You could win the lottery, inherit money, or even have an unexpected business breakthrough. The thing is, sudden wealth can be as much of a curse as it is a blessing if you don't know what to do with it. You could easily end up broke, or worse, in a mess of debt, lawsuits, or missed opportunities. So before you go buying yachts or quitting your job, let's slow down and talk about the 10 things you should do if you suddenly get rich. And trust me, it's more than just buying fancy stuff. I'm about to lay down some real moves that will set you up for the future. Let's get started. The first thing you should do if you suddenly get this life-changing amount of money, don't tell anyone. I know it's going to be hard to keep it a secret for long, especially if you got a breakthrough like winning a lottery. However, keeping your newfound wealth private is one of the smartest things you can do. Telling friends, family, or even strangers about your good fortune can bring unwanted attention, create awkward situations, or even spark jealousy. People might come to you asking for loans, investments, or worse, expecting handouts because suddenly, you're the rich one. Instead, keep your cool and act like nothing's changed. Don't rush into quitting your job either. It's tempting to think that you can walk into your boss's office and resign, but you should take your time. The truth is, you want to make decisions from a place of stability, not impulsiveness. Give yourself space to think about the future, and plan wisely. Let the money settle for a while so you can figure out your next steps with a clear head. Now that you have the money, don't just leave it sitting there earning nothing. Put it in a high-yield savings account. It's still low risk but will give you a little more interest than a regular account. It's like a small bonus while you figure out your next steps. Why high yield? Well, over time it adds up. You may not be making millions off interest, but it's better than letting it collect dust. Next, here's the reality check. You have to pay taxes. If you think all of that money is yours to keep, think again. You might owe the government a nice chunk. So, set aside at least 30% of that money for taxes. You may not owe it all right now, but you need to be ready when tax season comes knocking. It would be wise to save a portion each month and keep it in a separate account. Now that you've come into some serious money, you might feel like you can handle everything yourself. But the truth is, you need a financial advisor. Managing millions isn't the same as managing a regular paycheck, and a professional can help guide you through the complicated world of investing, taxes, and long-term planning. A good financial advisor will create a strategy that fits your specific goals, whether that's securing your future, growing your wealth, or setting up a legacy for your family. If you already have an advisor, don't feel the need to switch just because your bank account is looking a lot healthier. Stick with someone you trust and who understands your financial vision. Sit down with your advisor and update them on your new situation. Let them know you've got more resources to work with now, and they'll adjust your plan accordingly. Remember, the goal is to build a relationship with your advisor that helps you make informed decisions and protects your money for the long haul. One of the most important things you should do with your new wealth is pay off any debt you have. I'm talking about credit cards, car loans, student loans, and most importantly, your mortgage. Think about it. Every month you've been making payments and paying interest to someone else. Now that you've got the money, it's time to wipe that slate clean. Imagine how freeing it will feel to no longer owe money to anyone. Paying off your mortgage is especially huge because it removes one of the biggest expenses you'll have in your life. Once it's gone, that's a lot more money you can put toward investments, savings, or enjoying life without the pressure of a giant monthly payment. By clearing all your debt, you're setting a solid foundation to build your wealth in a smarter way. Now that you've paid off your debt and you've got all this extra cash, the next step is to invest it wisely. However, don't fall for the get-rich-quick schemes. You know, those promises of doubling your money overnight or those too good to be true, offers that seem to pop up when people suddenly come into wealth. These are often risky, and in many cases, they'll leave you with less money than you started with. Look into things like stocks, bonds, real estate, or even index funds. A financial advisor can help guide you on where to put your money, but ultimately, you want to invest in things you understand. Be patient and remember, wealth is built over time, not overnight. So make informed decisions, avoid impulsive buys, and stay away from anything that sounds too risky or too good to be true. Next, you need to get umbrella insurance. You are now asking, what's umbrella insurance and why do I need it? Well, umbrella insurance is extra protection that kicks in when your regular insurance isn't enough. Imagine you're in a car accident or someone gets hurt on your property. Your basic insurance might cover some of the costs, but umbrella insurance will cover what's left over, and it can protect you from lawsuits. The more wealth you have, the more likely you are to be a target for lawsuits, and you don't want to risk losing everything over one bad situation. Getting umbrella insurance is like having a financial safety net for your wealth. It can help you avoid dipping into your savings or investments to cover big, unexpected expenses. It's relatively inexpensive compared to how much protection it gives you. Think of it as extra peace of mind, making sure that your wealth stays protected, no matter what life throws at you. Estate planning is one of those things that might sound like it's only for the super rich or for older people, but it's something everyone should do, especially when you come into a significant amount of wealth. Estate planning is all about deciding what happens to your money and assets if something were to happen to you, whether that's passing away or becoming disabled and unable to manage your finances. Without a plan, your wealth could end up tied up in a legal mess, or worse, the government might decide who gets what. You need to have a will that clearly outlines who gets your assets, as well as a trust to manage your wealth in the long run, especially if you want to protect your family from high estate taxes. Having these plans in place ensures that your wishes are respected and your loved ones don't have to deal with a lot of stress during an already difficult time. With all this new wealth, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement of buying things for yourself, but here's a powerful move you should consider: giving back. Now, I'm not saying you have to donate everything, but using some of your wealth to help others can bring incredible satisfaction and purpose. Whether it's donating to a cause you believe in, supporting local charities, or even starting your own foundation, charity is a way to make a real difference in the world. It feels good knowing that your success is helping others succeed too. Giving back doesn't just benefit the people or causes you support, it can also provide tax advantages. Certain donations can lower your taxable income, which means more money stays in your pocket. Plus, making charity a part of your financial plan can help you leave behind a legacy that goes beyond wealth. Finally, what is wealth when you cannot enjoy it? Get time to enjoy the fruits of your hard work and smart decisions. You can treat yourself to the things you've always dreamed of, whether it's a vacation, a new car, or a little upgrade to your lifestyle. But be careful not to let lifestyle creep take over. That means don't suddenly start spending money on things just because you can. It's easy to get carried away and think that every upgrade is necessary. If you're not careful, your new wealth could quickly start disappearing in ways you didn't expect. Enjoy your wealth, but do it mindfully. It's okay to indulge, but stay grounded and make sure your spending doesn't spiral out of control. If you've always wanted a nicer home, don't buy a mansion you don't really need. Instead, focus on small upgrades that improve your quality of life without going overboard. Those are the crucial steps to take if you suddenly come into wealth. If you ever win a game show or end up with a large inheritance, remember this video and try to do these things in order to ensure you protect your money and create long-term generational wealth. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and share it with anyone who might need this advice. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification so you never miss other videos on building wealth, mastering your mindset, and creating the life you deserve. Remember, wealth is a tool, one that, when used wisely, can bring freedom, security, and the ability to make a real difference in the world. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.